Hi, what is up, you guys? I'm Leroy from Gamer Nerds,
And I'm V from Gamer Nerds.
and today we're going to be running down a few up and coming games, specifically three. We'll be talking about the Medium, Monster Hunter Rise, and Boyfriend Dungeon, which I just found out about, and oh my god, I'm ready. My
You're welcome.
topic of the week, thank you. My topic of the week is going to be over the Microsoft HoloLens. B is going to be going over Eastward. And then we have a couple of other things that we can touch on a little bit later if we have some time. And don't forget that we are on Stay Tuned, YouTube, Breaker, Google or Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Pandora, and Spotify. And Apple Podcast. All right, so the first thing that we're going to go over, because I didn't mention it in the overview, CD Projekt is being sued, a class action lawsuit over Cyberpunk 2077's release day. And I'm going to quickly go over what's happening, why, blah 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 blah.
From what I understand, people got pissed that it got recalled.
Basically.
Despite getting like a full refund, people still got pissed.
Well, we just started getting full refunds because of it. Because of the
That's fair.
lawsuit. The lawsuit was filed on Thursday in California by New York-based firm Rosen Law Firm. Rosen Law Firm said it filed the suit on behalf of investors that purchased securities like stocks between the period of January 16th and December 17th, 2020. In the lawsuit, lawyers said that CD Projekt made false and or misleading statements about Cyberpunk 2077, which was released on December 10th for Google Stadia. Wait, what the fuck is Google Stadia?
We should really do research before we start this podcast.
Well, no, I didn't know. Like, I knew, like, across everything, it was fucked. Oh, it's the cloud. I knew what Google Stadia was without knowing its name. Is Google's cloud-based game streaming platform. All I knew it is Google Game Stream. That's all I knew it as. But yeah, Google Stadia, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox, all that stuff. The lawyers are requesting the class action lawsuit because it was virtually unplayable on PlayStation 4, Xbox One specifically, and a couple of other things, but it wasn't complete and it wasn't playable at that time for those. But they said that it was. So all these people that pre-ordered on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One could not play on release day. It crashed on opening, it crashed doing this and this and this and all this other stuff. And technically through PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, if you buy it digitally, there is no refunds. You cannot refund it. So when people got so upset over it that they finally started giving out refunds, Sony and Microsoft were like, hey, this is hurting us because we don't get any of that money back. We personally have to refund that. Y'all keep that money. We have to refund it. This is fucked. You need to not have released, like, this is a major company. You can tell by how the release went that they were just playing with Keanu Reeves. And they weren't really focused on optimizing it and everything. Because literally what CD Projekt told the investors is that there was no problems and the game was 100% finished and ready for launch. While the game developers themselves, so do not bash the game developers, bash the game developers like bosses that pay them. Because the bosses, the owners of CD Projekt were like, no, the game's finished, you're releasing it. We can't wait. We have investors. while the dev team was like, you have investors, if we release it now you're fucked. And guess what, now there's a class action lawsuit, they're being fucked over. What was it, Sony even removed Cyberpunk 2077 from the PlayStation Store, like completely. CD Projekt stock dropped dramatically after complaints from performance circulated on social media. Like,
I mean, are you surprised?
Honestly, I'm not. But like, CD Projekt was like, "What's happening?" Like, you should have seen their Twitter the day their stock started dropping from everything happening. They're like, "What do you mean? It works perfectly." Blah 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 blah. But then, like, lawyers are seeking an unnamed amount of damages for the investors because, like, it being. But like, okay, so the news released that from it on Thursday, I think it was, specializes in global investor rights, which, sorry, I had a burp, but it wasn't coming out, and I wasn't trying to make it loud either. So, anyways, which specializes in global investor rights, asked investors interested in joining the litigation to contact the firm. So basically, the firm is like, "Hey, we know they fucked you over, and you're not getting your money back because they didn't tell the truth, and you have rights. So, like, come here." And this isn't just small investors. This could be Bob in his basement who is like, "You know what? I have $1,000. Let's put it in the company. I believe in this. I'm gonna get some money out of it." Like, even those investors. Yeah. Like, it's every investor. Like, they have a chance to go at this. And they even have the official document, too, where, like, here it is. Like, Rosen Law Firm, FAPA, and then, like, this specific, like, 355 South Grand Avenue, Suite 2450. Like, this is on the internet, so, like, me telling y'all this isn't gonna hurt us in any way or hurt them in any way. This is on the internet. Anyone can get a hold of it. United States District Court, Central District of California. Andrew Trampe? I don't know how to say the name. It's TRAMPE.
I got it.
Individually and on behalf of all others similarly situated plaintiff versus CD Projekt, specifically Adam Mitchell. Oh, he has a weird ass long name. Piotr Markin, and Mitchell. No, yeah, weird names that I can't pronounce. Not even gonna try it. Which is, the case number is a class action complaint for violations of the federal security laws. Jury trial demanded. So this is also going to be with a jury. Like, the people themselves are going to be doing it. Well, which kind of makes me mad because, of course, you have to be impartial in a jury. So, like, no gamers can be in the jury. No one that's played the game.
Impossible thing.
Yeah. This game has been in the making for 10 years. Like, even people that don't play video games have heard of this game. Because it's the legend of the game that never gets made. You know? So, like, how... I don't fully understand how that's gonna work. But... literally, like... The CDC's trying... the CD Projekt company is trying to cover it up by saying, "Oh, we ended up giving all the money back to the people that invested in blah 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 blah," which they did and they didn't. There's a weird gray area there. They gave part of it back and then they issued all the refunds. So whatever was lost at first was lost, but after that they took care of it. Like, after the first 2 days of refunds, then CD Projekt stepped in. It was like, "We'll take care of the refunds from here." Which is like, okay, you stepped in a little too late. You should have done that day one. First off. But that's pretty much all the information we have currently on the class action lawsuit. Once we know more and who won, who lost, blah 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 blah, what's happening, the verdict, all that, then we'll get back to you on that one. Now let's move on to upcoming games. Do you want to go over Boyfriend Dungeon first?
I can go over Boyfriend Dungeon first. Okay, so Boyfriend Dungeon is a game I found out about like maybe 3 days ago.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so essentially, Boyfriend Dungeon is going to be released on the Switch. We don't have a specific date yet, but it'll also be on PC. Basically, Boyfriend Dungeon is a dating sim / dungeon crawler hybrid where your lover turns into a weapon and you fight with them. Like, literally. There's a pretty lady who's a dagger. There's this really nice dude with like some long hair. He's got this red sword. I was like, hello. There's a rapier. Like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. Like the art style is fantastic and painful, but also like it looks really good.
Oh my god, it tells you the dislikes and likes too. Sorry, I'm going through the bomb. The glaive one dislikes pressure and snobs. Same, dude, same.
Like the in-game play aesthetic kind of looks like Transistor. I don't know if anyone who listens has played Transistor, but Transistor, took my heart. The in-game fight style looks like that. Like, it doesn't have the same mechanics, but aesthetically it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
So like that just looks really good. The character,
there's a kitty weapon.
Valeria is my absolute favorite. Like I think based on just what I've seen, I might go for her, but we'll see once we get into the game itself. So the game is a mix of dungeon crawler / dating sim. So you can be in the middle of a dungeon crawl and you could find a place and have an impromptu date with your weapon. And I just like, the entire premise just seems so fun and like obviously new, innovative. Like I've never seen a game where you can just date your weapon or your boyfriend turns into a weapon for you. I have never seen that.
I found
I'm super excited. Like I've played games that have sentient weapons before, but no one has ever been like, you know what this needs? The ability to date the sword.
Can you fuck them? Oh.
Probably.
Also, I found the weapon that would hate Lynn. It dislikes greed. Lynn is a fucking loot goblin. he would be like, all right, I gotta go, bye.
Just okay, bye.
I kind of hate that I hope you don't date the cat. I hope it's
I hope you don't date the cat. Yeah.
I would hope it's more like the dates turn into like play dates where it's like, look, we're at this spot. Here's like a toy, not like a hey yo cat.
Yeah. So there are multiple different characters of different ethnicities and genders. So obviously you can be gay or straight or you know, one would hope. Anyway, so there's
I love the K-pop idol. He looks amazing.
I really like the Talwar, the club owner. Like he just looks nice. He fits my aesthetic. So there's the club owner Talwar, which is a type of sword. There's the painter, who's a dagger. There's the financer, who's an estoc, which is a kind of not quite a rapier, but it's like that. You've got the student, who is a glaive. You have the cat, who's brass knuckles. I really hope you can't date the cat. Like, I really hope you can't date the cat.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mystic person who turns into a scythe, which actually looks like a pretty dope ass scythe. Like the character himself, which is not like that. The symbol, I'm pretty sure that's either intersex or gender fluid. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not up to date on my symbols, so my bad. But the scythe looks dope. The character, not so much.
And I applied us to be to get a press kit for gamer nerds. There's a button to apply for a press kit for Boyfriend Dungeon. I just applied
Oh,
gamer nerds for the press
oh
kit.
my god. Thank you so much for that. I
If we
didn't even
get it.
notice that.
I've
I
also
didn't even
applied my
notice.
specific Twitch for it too. So
That's
if we
fair.
get two, we get two press kits, and one goes
Then
to
I can
you, and
play
one
that.
goes to me.
Woo! Anyway, but yeah, so the characters look really appealing. The style is very unique, very artistic, and the characters are actually very varied. And I can't wait for this game to actually come out.
It
The
looks
projected
great.
date is sometime 2021, but we don't have like a specific date yet. So I'll let y'all know because I will not shut up about it.
I am now officially in their Discord, which gives us a lot of information about it. Oh my god. There's already people beta testing it.
What? Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
happy. I'm so excited.
Oh shit. So I'm going to apply to be a beta tester. They have a thing to apply here in their Discord.
Share. Wait, no, I can just go to their thing. Duh. But we can do that later. So,
Yeah.
for the next bit, you want to go over the medium, and then we'll both gush over Monster Hunter.
Yes. Okay. So let me back out of that. Sorry, I have like so many fucking tabs open. All right, let me copy link because I'm gonna have. Ooh, this is a lot to go over. So first off, the medium. It is a new game, specifically an upcoming game, that is over psychological horror, which that's my shit. It's single player, and its release date is January 28th, 2021. The developer is actually Bloober Team, which I, as far as I know, I don't think I've ever played any of their games. The From what I can tell from like videos and stuff like that, they have basically, how do I put this? They've made Supernatural scary again. Because there's been so many things that like Supernatural hasn't been really like, how do I put this? Like as scary anymore. It's more like I know it's coming, but I can't stop it. Um Apparently one of the people that worked on it though, how did I can't ever say their names, but this guy also worked on the Silent Hill franchise, which inspired this game. Um Including its fixed camera angles. They said that they're gonna have like two forms where it's gonna be like fixed camera angles, stuff like that. There's gonna be like puzzle solving, what else? But my brain is dying. I promise I'm not half-assing this. I literally had the whole thing. But okay, so it's been nominated for Best Action Adventure Game and Best Indie Game so far through Gamescom, which being nominated for Best Indie Game kind of like explains why I've never heard of Bloober Team. They are probably a new up and coming company. It's the game's gonna be on Windows and on, I believe, Xbox. Yeah, Xbox. The medium was originally announced for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Wii U in 2012, but for want of better technology, reappeared in May 2020 as a Microsoft Windows and Xbox title, originally scheduled for the 10th of December of 2020. And we see what happened with the last December 10th release. So they moved on, and they're like, it's because of the pandemic, but we all know.
We know.
We know.
We know.
So that's why they moved it to January 28th. Plus, let's be real, if they would have released at the same time, even without knowing what's going to happen with Cyberpunk, their sales wouldn't have gone anywhere. Everyone was way too hyped about that game that they weren't going to be able to, like, get up there, be known. Like, I found out about this game I want to say a week ago, roughly. But like specifically, for the most part in this game, if I could talk, please. You'll be playing as Marianne, a medium who can travel into the spirit realm specifically. Doing puzzle solving and stuff like that. She has psychic abilities that may also be used against hostile forces and recharged by interacting with energy spots called spirit wells. And that is all we know at the current moment about the medium. I want to play it. I'm interested in it. It looks great, and I hope it makes me scream so loud my eardrums burst. Did you die, Hansi?
No, I'm just listening very intently.
Oh, okay. I was like, it's very quiet, and I fucked up a lot of words. All right, so Monster Hunter Rise. We both have some good words about it. I can't scream. Grandma's asleep. But
I'll scream for you.
Thank you.
Okay,
it's coming March 26th.
Yes, so this one has a confirmed date. If it doesn't get pushed back, knock on wood. Anyway,
the demo's available January.
Okay, so from what the game has shown, it looks to be another absolutely wonderful Monster Hunter installment. You get your Palico back. You also get a Palamute, which is a dog, which kind of like the tail raiders that you can invite on Monster Hunter World. But this one is like a dedicated dog.
It looks like the model itself looks specifically like the lizards in the forest of World. Like that's the base model, and then they just
I think it's a little different.
It's a little different. It's the same length though. Like if you go and watch the video, like they definitely were like, hey, we don't want to have to worry too much about the dog. Let's just put this like base model, which is like length and stuff like that and limbs down, and then just kind of reform it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot easier to do. Trust
me.
Oh
yeah, no, absolutely. I will say this, the dog, the Palamute, actually looks like Rapide from Tales of Vesperia, which I'm super excited about. Like that.
Dude, I'm excited about the wire bug.
Yeah, honestly.
Dude, you can fucking float in the sky. It's so nice.
So the game actually is going to have 3 versions: the original, the standard edition, which just comes with the game, the deluxe edition, which comes with a Samurai layered armor for your cat, for your dog, some gestures, basically hair, face paint, pose set, really basic digital stuff. And then the collector's edition, which is what I'm going to be splurging $100 on, is all of that plus the Magnamalo amiibo, which I'm guessing is one of the new monsters that you have to fight.
It looks
so cute. Yeah, it looks so cute. And then you also get like a sticker pack and an enamel pin. And those of you who don't know, I'm a sucker for pins. But more importantly, each amiibo that comes out with Monster Hunter Rise, so the Magnamalo, that's going to be hard to get used to, the Palamute and the Palico all give different layered armor. And they have not released which layer armor that you're going to get each one.
And they're not adding any new weapons, sadly, from Monster Hunter World. They're not going to add any more. It's just going to be Monster Hunter World's weapons. No more, no less. It's the exact same weapons. They at one point they were talking about adding more weapons, but I guess they scratched that, which actually kind of makes me excited because we have to remember Monster Hunter, when they have an idea, they don't scrap it, they move it to something else. So I'm thinking, like we talked about on, I think it was our first podcast about Monster Hunter World, they might just be moving it over there.
Yeah.
Which I'm hoping. Fingies crossed.
Fingies crossed. But yeah, so you also get a pre-order bonus if you buy from the Monster Hunter or the Capcom website itself.
Oh?
You get to turn your Palamute into a golden retriever, which kind of want.
Oh, and you can turn your cat into a forest cat.
Yeah.
Oh, and you get a novice talisman for some extra assistance.
Yeah.
Let me read what the... Oh, it doesn't tell me what the novice
No.
talisman does. I'm guessing it calls someone in.
Well, no, I think it would do what the Wayfarer's bracelet did in World, so it just gives you like extra defense, extra attack, that sort of thing. But we won't know until we get there. So, but anyway, so the base game itself is going to be $60. Shocker, right? Because just about every new Switch game is $60. The
Magnamala. I just gotta see its amiibo.
Yeah, isn't it so cute?
It's adorable. So
the digital edition is $70, so an extra $10 for the layered armor for your person and all of the like the hair and stuff. Oh my God. The collector's edition is $100. Okay. And the amiibo itself is going to run you about $26 because it's brand new and amiibos are not cheap unless you get all of the Breath of the Wild champions on sale for $14 like I did at GameStop. Anyway. So, like, even with just the 60 plus the 25 for the amiibo, that's $85. You know, and then you get, the pins, the stickers. Which
I'm addicted to amiibo again.
I know, I love the amiibos. Like, I have Ganon, I have all of the
all of the Smash Brothers. All the Smash Brothers amiibos, I had them when I was living with my grandmother in Odessa. Well, I was moving, and I had it back when the Wii U was a thing. Well, and my Wii U got sold because, well, number one, I never used it because I was very disappointed with...
Everyone was disappointed with it.
Yeah. But, like, I had to get rid of them. Well, I got rid of most of them. I kept the ones I cared about. I kept my Japan exclusives until, like, a month or 3 months later when they finally brought them to America. But I literally spent $200 on both of these, not selling them. And then I had the Pichu one that Dal got me.
That's so cute. Yeah, so like I do see a familiar character, the Admiral, I think his name is.
He's based off of the Admiral. They said he's based off of it.
Okay. That is unfortunate, but all right. He's still got Wolverine hair, so whatever.
Yeah, they said this is basically a whole nother universe. Like, you know how they do each game is like basically a whole nother universe. But he's based off of him heavily.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. But yeah, so I cannot wait for Monster Hunter Rise. I am going to be pre-ordering the collector's edition the second I get paid on Friday.
I'm literally just waiting for my stimulus to come in to pay for it.
Oh, honey.
Either that or my Twitch check. One of the two. Whichever one comes first, honestly.
No, we know it won't be you.
Oh. We'll pretend you didn't say that.
Okay. All right, so I think that covers Monster Hunter Rise. If you would like to talk about your nerdy little gadget.
Oh, by the way, before we start, it supports online and local co-op, by the way.
Yeah. So it's for the Switch, but I'm wondering if they'll port it to the PC. Probably not. But those of you who are PC exclusive can hold your breath.
Also, there's another game coming in Monster Hunter also. It's called Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. It's an RPG version of Monster Hunter that's coming in the summer of 2021. Yeah,
so we'll see when that gets a little closer and we got a little more info.
It's gonna have a crossover bonus, by the way, with Monster Hunter Rise. Like both, if you buy both of them, you'll get bonus things on both versions. So, anyways, moving on. So I want to talk for a second about the Microsoft HoloLens 1 and 2 and how it could affect gaming massively. So, first off, the Microsoft HoloLens can actually connect to your computer, and you can put virtual monitors up, and it supports up to 6 monitors. So instead of spending $200 a piece on monitors, you could literally, like, if you wanted to get 6, you could pay the $1,000 for this thing. It is $1,000, but you can even use it when you're not on your computer. You can connect it to any device. It also counts as its own thing. And if I remember correctly, there's even an option to have it set up as basically a cell phone, and it works with almost every company. This thing is amazing, and they're selling it for business only at the moment. They have talked and talked and talked about making it open to literally everyone, but you have to, at this moment, have a business to go off of, which technically for me, I could easily get it because I can be like, it's for my Twitch. But it would be so great with gaming. Just think about Pokemon Go for an example. With the HoloLens, you would literally have the experience everyone was wanting with Pokemon Go, with the ball being in your hand and you throwing it and everything. Is so immersive. There's already games on it too, which I find funny because they're specifically only for like businesses. Minecraft is on it. You can build a Minecraft village in your house, like on your coffee table and stuff. Also, this thing can memorize your house. You can walk into a place and it'll just kind of auto do things where it's like, oh, like there's not gonna be a monitor sitting on that wall 24/7 that you can just go look at. Instead, it'll be like, oh, it's a new building, blah blah blah. There's nothing there until you put something there. You can literally name your house and have it know through GPS or anything, or just know the layout of your house, and it be like, oh, this is your house. You specifically want a TV on this wall. You specifically want the weather on this wall. You specifically want this weird building thingy or whatever on the floor right here for you to look around. Like, literally, someone has made a video using that thing, which I believe the video got taken down. If I can find it again, I will definitely have it in the Coven Discord. So if you want to go look at that, go look at it. But like, this guy made his whole house Minecrafty. So whenever he like puts it on, all of his walls of his house are covered in blocks. His floor is covered in blocks. His couch, his everything is covered in blocks. It's really, really good technology and very advanced at this current moment. And everyone that I've heard like reviews from, and I've gotten to touch one once. I got to play with one once. The controls are a little finicky, but that's what the HoloLens 2 is coming out for. It's supposed to be lighter, easier on your head, and it's also supposed to be able to track things better and feel more fluid. But it literally can change the gaming world. It can change normal life and everything. I love this thing. The first time it was announced by Microsoft, I wanted one, and I bugged my family for one, and they were actually going to get me it back in high school because I convinced them I could use it for college and high school and everything, which I really could have. And then they set it up to only be for businesses, and we didn't have a business. I wasn't streaming or anything at the time, so I couldn't just use that excuse to get one. So I was able to get one. But they are definitely something to look into. Definitely something to read up on and all that other shit. I hope it turns out to be what they're trying to make it, because it will be amazing. And that's my rant. Ivy, take it over.
Well, I really hope that your HoloLens 2 lives up to your expectations.
Right now, they're honestly just they're trying to perfect it and having businesses using it, so that way they can change them and everything, and rotate them through the business
Mm-hmm.
um easier, because a business can actually afford that and avoid the insurance and blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So the testing is honestly going great. There's a couple of companies that have even written reviews. They're like, first couple months it was shit, we're still learning it. It was okay, but
Mm-hmm.
the experience overall was bad. But after a year of using it, they've upgraded it so much and changed things and worked with us with it so much that, like, the HoloLens, we would honestly hurt without it now. It is great. So that's given me a lot of fucking hope and a lot of fucking just like pumped energy. Like, I want this thing to be exactly what it's meant to be, and I want it to be good. And I want it in my hands now. But I
Well, I mean, like,
digress.
and it sounds really cool. If it wasn't $1,000, I would probably invest in one.
Right?
But
Oh,
anyway, so
I think it works with the Vive and all that stuff too, if I
oh,
remember correctly.
all right. Okay, so for my topic of the week, I want to talk about Eastward. And Eastward is a up and coming game. It's already on the Steam store. It just doesn't have like an actual date yet. So you can find the preview of Eastward over on Steam, and they have a web page. Eastward, I don't really know how to explain it. From what I understand, there is this
I love his hair.
basically the world is in like an apocalypse situation. The human population is declining. The world is really beaten and battered, and this old miner guy finds this young woman, and they go on this epic journey. And it looks really cute. It's one of those pixel games, but the backgrounds actually give me really nostalgic feelings for Maple Story. Like that's
Mm.
literally what the backgrounds make me think of. Like not in like their whimsical, fantasy setting, but just like the aesthetic, you know. The characters aren't as cute and chibi and stuff like that, but like the backgrounds are really impressive.
Oh yeah.
Like it gets my artist vibes, just like, oh, I want to do stuff now.
You're right.
Like so
Oh my
so
god, some of the monsters are very detailed.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like just the entire game looks like I could play it multiple times because it's just that cute. And I'm really really happy that there's this big trend of more pixely games coming out. Like before Stardew, you didn't really see many that weren't RPG Maker games. And I'm not
Yeah.
shitting on RPG Maker. I have RPG Maker. Okay, it's fun. It's great. It's easy to use. And if you don't have the coding knowledge like I don't, it's a really good tool. RPG Maker can make some really fun games, but like they're pretty limited in what they can and can't do, like graphically.
Hmm.
Like you would have to heavily mod an RPG Maker game to get it to do something pretty astounding. Um, but like all of these pixel games are coming out after Stardew Valley, like I love it. I love the aesthetic. It's so cute. And I shouldn't say Stardew Valley like brought it back because I guess technically Undertale did, but I don't like talking about Undertale.
For me, I actually I remember quite a few games coming out at the same time that were pixely, and then after that, pixel games were starting to come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not saying Stardew like is the only reason they came back. Like there was this weird trend that like I don't know, like it just kind of happened, and that's kind of what happens in the video game industry. You'll see a bunch of games come out at the same time with like the same basic premise. I mean, movies do the same thing. Like I remember when The Cave, The Cavern, and The Descent all came out within a year. So like that's it happens pretty much everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so aside from what I've already said, I don't know much more about Eastward. I am very excited to play it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks super cute. I feel like it's gonna punch me in the feelings.
Oh yeah, massively. Also, I actually have a 100% way of telling you why it started coming back.
Oh yeah?
So, the rise of pixel art games was very slow to begin with, of course, because, well, I say slow, but technically, like, it was the only thing at the time, back in the, 1970s created pixel art.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the games were created, which was nothing but pixels because we didn't know what 3D was yet, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, pixel art started trending massively on Twitter everywhere, just about. And with that trending, a couple of like game communities or game companies specifically, also the one that made Undertale and the people that made Stardew Valley and everything, hopped on board of like, oh, the art's trending, let's make pixel games and see if we can get get some traction. And then people realize like, oh shit, like pixel games are fun, and like they can be pretty with the correct artist behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are some pixel art that I look at it and I'm like, this is pixelated.
Yeah, no, like pixel art is a talent all on its own. Like people who shit on pixel art have never tried to do pixel art. It's not easier. It's actually a lot harder.
Like the basics, it might feel easier, but doing the complex stuff, like let's say I took one of the drawings that on Gamer Nerds right here that you can see. Unless you're through audio, then you can't see. I'm sorry, but it's basically me on a broom with my familiar raccoon. If I took that and I tried to do that pixely or in pixel art, it I would have the outline done pretty easily, but the coloring and the shading and everything is so hard with pixel art. It really is. Like,
Well, with pixel art, you need one, clearer shapes, two, higher contrast, and then you have to get all of this to look good not only on its own, but in the setting that you make.
yeah.
Because like if you're doing 3D, I know for a fact that you can create the world, set up the light, and then you set the ambiance, and the ambiance affects everything. So you basically just have to worry about your characters having the correct colors, like the correct flats, and then having your background have the correct flats. And then with pixel art, you can't do that.
Yeah.
There's no filters. Basically, you gotta make sure it all looks good.
Like,
I have so much respect for pixel artists. Like,
for
I've
real.
tried. I have some pixel art. For those of you who have been to my card, you've probably seen some of my pixel art, unless I took it down. I can't remember. Like, I did a stint. I did a little foray into pixel art, and oh my god.
Respect if you can do pixel art. Respect if you can do any kind of art, honestly.
Same.
But like, just that literally moral of the story, no matter what you're doing, it can either be super easy to you because it comes naturally to you, or it's just hard. Like there's no in between. It just happens.
But yeah, so that's my stint for Eastward. I'm really looking forward to the game then when it comes out.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
you've definitely got me interested.
how much time do you think we have left?
We're at 45 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, we can continue this. So we do have a few more games that are not like actually released. Like there's no projected date, there's no official release date, but there are teasers floating out and about.
And even some like hearsay.
Yeah, there is some hearsay in some of these. Some of them are hopes, we'll say.
Yeah, we'll say hopes and dreams.
The first one, I believe, should be, well, we'll just go in order down the list that I made.
Yeah.
So the first one on the list is a remake of Prince of Persia. And I grew up playing Prince of Persia. Like I had the first one. It was super fun. Like, ooh, honey, he was.
I think the longest. I want to say the longest time I spent on one was the Sands of Time.
Yeah, the first one.
I loved it. I did.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't remember much about it because of how long ago it was, but when the remake comes out, I'll definitely be giving it another shot.
Yeah. So from what I've seen, it's an actual like ground up remake. It's not a remaster. It's going to be like what they did with Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. They're just building it from the ground up, so it should be the same game, just revamped.
Yeah.
So like if it's true, like I'm pretty sure it's true, but I am so stoked. I cannot wait. I will 100% buy it because unfortunately my Prince of Persia games are for PlayStation 2 and I no longer own a PlayStation 2, so I don't really know why I'm keeping the disc. Because I'm a hoarder.
Well, I mean, that's not even hoarding. That's just like keeping them for the memories, and also because like
the potential of me getting another PlayStation 2.
Eventually, those will also cost a lot if you do sell them.
That's true.
It's also an investment.
Posterity and probably money down the line. But yeah,
prosperity and maybe investment.
Maybe. My favorite Prince of Persia was actually like the quotes black sheep of the Prince of Persia family. I really liked the remake of Prince of Persia where you had the prince who wasn't actually a prince, and then you had this female sidekick whose name starts with an E, but I can't remember what exactly it is because it's not a traditional name, at least not one that I knew. And she had magic, and like that was a really fun game. I 100%ed that game. Like that was my first foray into being an achievement whore. So that's fun. Like I'm really hoping that it has that kind of feel for me. The next game that has been postulated, I guess we could say, is
Resident Evil 8.
From what we've seen, or what's been quotes teased /
Well, are we even sure that it's gonna be Resident Evil 8? We know it's okay. It's called Resident Evil Village. Oh wait,
yeah,
I see VI or VIII in Village. Like, yeah.
Yeah, after you say that, it's yeah. Yeah, no, it's supposed to be, a play on the Roman numeral 8. Yeah.
We know it comes out. We know it comes out this year, but we don't have an exact date, of course. Just as 2021.
Yeah. So what we can see basically is you play as Ethan again, the guy from 7 who went looking for his wife after so many years, and I'm just thinking to myself, honey, move on. You could have
Of
saved yourself
course.
so much trauma.
Yeah.
But
Oh, and Chris
but it
is
also has
making a
Chris
comeback, right?
Redfield. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and there's also Chris Redfield, but they're painting it like Chris is now the villain. And honestly, I didn't even think he looked like Chris in 7. So like I just honestly, my first thought, like, my brain tried to explain it like this is a clone who thinks he's the real Chris, but now he works for Umbrella or something. I didn't get them shoehorning in Chris when he looks nothing like Chris. Like, when 5 came out and Chris turned out to be like this giant beefcake, I was like, okay, Son really hit the gym and took Jill's death hard, but it was
Yeah.
still believable because it still looked like Chris. And then
Well,
we
okay.
get Resident Evil 7, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this bitch?
Well, in this one, he works as a specialist for the BSAA.
Well, yeah, but he still doesn't even look like Chris.
Yeah, no, he doesn't look like Chris, but he has similarities, but like they really do change him constantly.
They do. Like I
He's
get
a
what they
ditto.
said.
He's a ditto. You know what? It's Pokemon. He's a ditto.
Yeah. I mean, like, they also changed Jill when they did the Resident Evil 3 remake.
Not
Like,
as
I also
much though.
no, it's still recognizably Jill. Like, she just looks like a younger version of the models they used in Revelations and stuff. So like
Yeah.
it's understandable. Also, not gonna lie, they really made Nemesis awesome, like, just delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was such a good remake.
Oh, by the way,
So
the next update on what Resident Evil like about this game is apparently this winter. They said next update coming this winter.
like winter 2021, or like, I guess
Winter 2021.
okay, see, I'm really conflicted there because do they mean November, December, or January? Because all of them are winter.
That I don't know. It says it's only gonna be one player. Wow.
Wow, a one-player game? Wow. Okay, I'm interested.
What happened to the co-op games though? Like they literally they
Not
haven't done a
everything's
single
into
player.
co-op.
Well, I know, but like there's going to be two separate people, and it even mentions that they're gonna be working together.
Well, I feel like it's gonna be like a trade-off between the point of views, not.
Oh.
I'll be
Hey,
right
guess
back.
what? Oh, okay. Well, I'll. So apparently, what they're doing with this game is it's gonna be the second part of Resident Evil 7. Ethan's gonna be continuing his story with Chris. Okay. Um, that's pretty much all that's pretty much all we know and what we have. Moving on. We also have Arc 2 coming out soon. Let me just say, I'm not exactly thrilled. It's how do I put this? How do you make a second one of a game that's basically Minecraft 3D with dinosaurs? And like I don't even know how to put this without like basically dragging it through the dirt. Like I'm super happy that they added um in someone famous into it to be like, look, we have this person. Whoa, Vin Diesel. Um but they're also making Arc the animated series. He's like they're gonna be making a story over it, and they're gonna make it to where you play the story now too. It's not gonna be quite the same, but also is the same. It's all sorts of weird, to say the least. It's all sorts of weird. Dragon Age 4 is another upcoming game to be confirmed. I don't know too much about Dragon Age 4, but we will see. Oh, here's the thing. Let's PC Gamer. I'll just back up. There is no release date yet. There's still a lot of things that we don't know. But we do know that August 2020 they mentioned it, and they're like, it's in early production. So we might not even get it this year. Like, we might not even get it in 2021. But from what we like, the few things that we've seen and know, it does look like it's going to be pretty. But that's just kind of a given with Dragon Age. It's always pretty. We don't know the story, but we do know that the manager for it is Casey Hudson. So that's cool. It's gonna be on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Of course, published by Electronic Arts and developed by BioWare Corporation. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be Dragon Age. All right. Moving on, Vampire the Masquerade. I think she wants to talk more about that, but we'll move on to Horizon Zero Dawn while we wait for her to get back. And if she's not back, then we'll probably just have to end the podcast. But all right, Horizon Forbidden West is the long-awaited sequel to the critically acclaimed Hero Horizon Zero Dawn. And it was confirmed by Sony's PS5 games reveal. Oh, that was back in June, I think. It's gonna be exclusive to PS5. It's gonna continue Aloy's story and take her to America's wild frontier. With the trailer that heavily suggests that we'll be spending a good portion of the game underwater. I'm kind of iffy about that part. Like, I don't like games that are strictly underwater. But that might just be my fear of drowning. Let's see here. It doesn't look like we have too much information other than that. There was some news in September about it. But we've already seen enough to know we're, like, in general, that we're gonna be excited about the open world game's potential. Like, the potential for this game is through the fucking roof. I hate to say this, but like almost every single game's potential is through the roof. But it's very rare that they actually use it.
Sorry about that. There's a loud bang in the kitchen. Majestic was on the counter when he should not have been.
Oh, no, you're fine. Horizon Zero Dawn, though, specifically. Horizon. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn normally lives up to their shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, good vibe. I went over Dragon Age 4, which we don't have too much information over, and I just finished up Horizon Zero Dawn. Also, okay. Resident Evil 8 is continuing Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, it's the sequel, like, it's the direct sequel to 7.
Yeah. I left Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 for you, because I know how excited you are for it.
I'm actually more excited because my fiance is super into Bloodline 1. Yeah. So I know for a fact that she'll be stoked.
Oh, yeah. I also don't know much about this game.
That's fair. So basically, it's a vampire RPG. You'll be like I'm pretty sure you'll be a newly sired vampire. You'll be caught up in the blood trade war.
Yeah. like I've seen tidbits of it just because like when I lived there, Awful was also like massively into
Mhm.
Masquerade Bloodline 1. So I was just
Yeah.
kind of like, fun
Okay.
game.
Got it, boss.
And I know at one point, like, he showed me that you could, like, wrap a human into being basically your love slave and
Mm-hmm.
also feeding bag. And I was just like, cool!
Yeah. Let's go. It's like what I do with my Sims.
Basically.
Mm-hmm. But basically, not a lot has been teased. Like what has been teased
Yeah.
graphically, it looks stunning.
Hell yeah.
Kind of wondering what they're gonna do with the Nosferatu,
Ooh,
the ugly
true.
bitches who can't go out in town because they're just that fucking ugly.
Yeah.
Me too, bitch. Me too.
Mm, I wasn't gonna say that because I'm trying to have more like,
Self
love
confidence, good.
and confidence, but bish, me too.
Like, damn, bitch. Me too. The fuck?
But no, honestly, like, from everything that we've talked about, though, in general, like, I'm super excited for. Even the lawsuit, dude. Excited for that.
Excited to see them get sued.
But
Um,
out of all of them, I have to say, the one I'm most excited for out of everything, I'm not going to count the
Boyfriend
HoloLens
Dungeon.
because that was just my hopes and dreams for it. That we already
It's
know.
we're excited for Boyfriend Dungeon.
I'm actually more excited for Monster Hunter Rise.
Well, yeah, but we already know when that's coming out. So
Yeah. Boyfriend Dungeon, I'm excited to see how it plays and all that.
mm-hmm.
I love its concept, but I'm not gonna like dote on it too much because I don't want to get my hopes up and it not live up to my hopes. Because
That's fair.
if I dote on it too long, my expectations are gonna keep rising and rising and rising and
And then we're
rising
just
to
gonna
the
have
point where it's just gonna be like the game could be amazing, but I'm gonna hate it because it didn't live up to my godly expectations.
Cyberpunk.
I actually didn't have godly expectations for Cyberpunk though.
And it still let you down.
Yep. I found out that the game even existed a month before it came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
Like I remember hearing about it when it was first announced, but then I forgot about it. And then like
That's fair. A lot of people did.
yeah, and then a month before it came out, Lynn told me about it, and then I was like, "Oh, yeah, I actually did hear about that." So like a trailer or something on the TV, and then I never saw anything about it ever again. So I had no expectations. I was excited for it because it's like, oh, it's the game that I saw. I don't remember much, but yeah, the game I saw like that. Like I was excited like that, but I wasn't like, oh my god, this is the game I've been waiting for 10 years. I feel sorry for the people that waited for this game
Right?
for 10 years, like, and it turned out like
It was
this.
such a shit show.
But I digress.
Before we do leave, I do have one more game I wanted to talk about.
Go for it.
So, like the others at the end of this list, no release date or anything like that. But the game is called Chorus, and it's a spaceflight combat shooter. But the twist is that you're playing as the starfighter. It's a sentient ship. So like I'm not normally into the ace combat kind of
Yeah.
game. But it's a sentient ship.
Oh, is it only for Xbox?
Yeah. So it'll be Xbox Series 1 or Xbox One.
Xbox Series X.
Whatever. I'm not an Xbox gal, you know this.
Yeah, I know. I'm not really that much into any console. um, but no, from what I've seen already, just from looking at it real fast, they did say that the Xbox One version will release later than the Xbox X version.
Well, yeah, they would have to dumb it down for the Xbox One.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, so I do have to tell you, The capture card I currently have, not the one that's coming in, which the other one's coming in tomorrow. Thank God! I might be playing Smash on stream tomorrow. But this capture card is a USB-C to USB-C. And that's one of the reasons why I was like, you might not be able to use it. I don't know, because I don't know if your computer has a Type-C port. I have a Type-C converter to a 3.0.
If it matters, I'll just buy one.
Oh, one a Type C
converter.
Oh, I already have one and I don't use it. I was gonna say I'll just end up sending it with you. Or with it. But yeah,
Where are you sending me?
Home.
I mean,
You wanna know where home is? It's where your heart is. So basically I'm shoving your face through your chest. But no, so you'll have that, and then we'll be able to stream the Monster Hunter together.
Yeah.
Which I'm so excited for, honestly. I'm pretty sure worst comes to worst, if I haven't gotten my thing yet, or any of my checks yet, I'm pretty sure I can get my grandma to pre-order it for me, and then I just give her the money back.
I mean, that's fair. Graham loves you enough.
She's the only one in this house that loves me.
That's true.
Anyways, I think that's actually it for us for today, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
This one, I promise, guys, will not be uploaded late. I was having issues getting the audio to combined, and then on top of it, getting YouTube to actually let me upload it. I literally, after the first 2 or 3 days of trying to get it to upload on YouTube to be scheduled, I had to sit there and just once a day try to relog in. Basically, they said we weren't meant for kids, even though I already let them know we weren't meant for kids and had it set up.
For kids.
Yeah, and then already like set up the thing to where you had to have an account, and the account say you were 18 or older in order to watch. Yet they still locked our account.
Let's sigh.
But anyways, thank y'all so much for listening and or watching if you're over on YouTube. I do gotta say, the y'all over on Apple Podcasts have just been like killing it. Our rating is actually a 5-star.
Oh, geez, guys, thanks. I didn't know it was 5-star. Honestly, I was just looking at the view number. I wasn't looking at the rating. Oh gosh.
Like, oh my god, thank you. Oh my god, Ronnie. But thank y'all so much. It means a lot to us, and I do gotta pre-warn y'all, we might have it might jinx it, but we might have a sponsor that I'm talking to.
Maybe. We'll see.
But yeah, we'll see. But thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.